Hi, I'm going to be working on a very short little video with you to help you if you have some questions concerning adding buttons to PowerPoint for case study number 2. What I've done is I've selected, I made 4 blank slides in a presentation mode, and I'm going to have a title slide, a menu slide, and then 2 um, content heading slides so we can make buttons on our menu and then buttons on those content slides that go back to the menu. So the first thing I want to do is label my first slide here, and I'm going to just call this my title slide, and I'm going to go ahead and center that. I'm not going to be using this text box for what we're doing here, and even in your presentation, if you have a text box that's on a pre-made slide and you're not going to use it, then you should always get rid of it. All right, so that's all we're going to put on our title slide. This is going to be my menu slide, and so I'm going to go ahead and type in menu, and I'm going to get rid of this extra text box. Slide 3, I'm going to label it as math, and then on slide 4, I'm going to label it as science. All right, so I'm going to go into my menu slide, and I want to make one button that's going to go to slide 3 for math, and then one that's going to go to slide 4 for science. So I can make my buttons any kind of shape that I want. I'm going to go ahead and go in here and select a shape. And again, you can make it just an outline of the box, you can make it an arrow, you can make it anything that you want. I'm going to click here on this first one, and I have a nice little plus sign. I'm going to click and drag and make the button as big as I want it. And then what I need to do is I need to give that button an action. So if I go back up here under Insert, you notice here next to the one that says link, there's one that says action with a yellow star and a cursor. And I'm going to click on that. An action setting box pops up, and right now it says that there is none as far as for an action. We want to click on hyperlink to, and then it allows us to use this pull down box, and instead of it being next slide, we want to come down to the one that just says slide, and that brings up a hyperlink to slide little box that actually shows the 4 slides that we've made, and we're going to choose where we want that first button to go, which I want it to go to math. So I'm going to say OK, OK again, and before I click away from the button, I'm going to actually type in math. Now I can click away from it. Now the second one, I want to go to my slide on science. So I'm going to come back up here, and again, I'm going to get a shape, and I'm going to just make them the same so they look a little bit more professional than having every button look different. And again, I've made my button. Now I need to give it an action. So go back to Insert and then choose the action. Come down and do hyperlink to. Change it from next slide to slide. Choose science. OK and OK. And then type in science. All right. Now, if I was doing a whole lesson, I would have multiple slides under my slide that's here for math, and then the same thing with my slide for science. But because this is just a short little demo, I'm just going to put my menu button back on this one slide that we have for math. Menu buttons usually are in the bottom right hand corner. Again, you can pick any shape that you want. Maybe my menu buttons going back, I'll have them being solid boxes instead of just outline. And I'm going to click and drag. and then I'm going to go ahead and um, give it an action. So I'm going to say hyperlink to again and come down to slide. I want to go to the menu. I'm going to say OK and OK. And then I'm going to type in menu on the button. Now, the nice thing about menu buttons is that they all are going back to the menu. They all have the same action. So because they have the same action, once you make one menu button, you don't have to make any more. You can click on the menu button so it's selected, do Command C for copy, choose the other slide that you want a menu button on, and do Command V for paste. And now I have one on my science slide. So if I wanted to check out this actual slideshow, I can do slideshows from the start. And here's my first one. And there's my menu. It's going to math, back. Second button goes to science, and then back. So that's in essence just the short version of how to make buttons. And once you have your PowerPoint done, you can actually go into Prezi and you can upload your PowerPoint so you don't have to copy and paste each little part into the Prezi. And if you have any questions on that, just let me know. Thanks. Hope this was helpful.